Hello, it's episode 21.
Dead
And
meme.
dead meme, but we have a special guest today, even though it's not meant to be a guest episode, and it's Jack.
Hello.
Should we intro Jack? Jack, who are you?
I'm Jack.
He's Jack.
He's
I was going to say, you can't really intro
No,
him.
but you have to say like how we know Jack.
How
He's
do
not
we
just
know Jack?
some rando, you know.
I am.
Back in
Well,
2017, Jack operated Flying Fish with me and Aaron on it. There we go. And it all started from there, eh?
Yeah, look what happened to
It
us.
spiraled into chaos.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there you go. That's how we know Jack.
That's how we
That's
know
it.
Jack.
Yes.
And the reason why Jack's here is because he made us do a silly thing the other day,
Yes.
which was, you probably heard about it if you follow our social media. What do we call it? Challenge for charity. Basically, we, for some reason, cycled to 3 parks in one day. So we did, what are they called? Chesington, Thorpe Park, and Legoland. Yeah. And we raised money for Merlin's Magic Wand. So we're going to be talking about that because it just happened.
So we did this thing, but why did we do this thing?
Well.
Wow. Go on, Jack. Take us from the very beginning.
The very beginning.
The proper beginning with the initial plans to do...
Opening day.
Was it? It was
opening day at Alton Towers Resort.
Yes.
In the Smiler queue line.
Right.
I
okay.
joked that it'd be funny to cycle to Disneyland Paris
Yes.
and call it the Tour de France.
Yes.
Harry didn't realise this was a joke. And
What?
here we
That's
are
not
today.
True. That's not true. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. So obviously,
Just the practice
instantly
run.
we were like, it's not feasible to do, biking to Disneyland Paris unless you're one, very fit, or two, just
Want
like
to
a big
die.
challenge. Yeah. So Jack was like, oh yeah, no, we should have a practice run where we cycle between Chessington to Thorpe to Legoland, right? And originally we were just going to do it because we can. And I thought it was a good idea, at least. It sounded funny. It would make for a good video, and it would just be a bit of a laugh.
It was not a laugh. Spoiler
But it was
alert.
meant to be a joke. Jack reiterates every time that it was a joke, and it wasn't really meant to happen. But
You can't
but it did
joke
happen.
around us. Lesson number
No.
1.
So we were planning it. So Zoe was planning it mainly,
Mhm.
and then you had the idea to do it for charity.
Yeah, because it sounds like a Red Nose Day thing that they do on TV.
Mhm.
They always cycle Land's End to John
yeah.
O'Groats or whatever. So
Just challenges.
yeah, why not?
Yes.
And we're doing quite well, aren't we? What are we up to now?
Aaron, I've got it. Here we are. £594.95.
Woohoo! Which
Yeah.
is really good. We started out with a goal of 250, didn't we?
Yeah.
And quickly beat that. So Harry changed it to 750.
Yep.
So hopefully we get to 750 by the time the video comes out and everyone's, seen it.
So yeah, no. It was a joke. Zoe said do it for charity. So we were trying to think of some charities that we could do it for. And then we realized or remembered that Merlin has their own charity, which is about giving, magical days out to disadvantaged children, and also building learning centers at hospitals and schools and all that kind of stuff. So we thought this is perfect. This is, Merlin branded, so the parks may help us out, but then also it's about something that we're quite, keen on, good experiences or magical experiences at theme parks. So we're like, well, this is great. So we'll do it for Merlin's Magic Wand. Then we set it all up, made a video saying we're doing it, planned a schedule that we're going to stick to. We said, Aaron had the idea of going, well, if you're going to so many different parks, why don't you try and meet some people at the parks? And we're like, yes, this is great. So we made a schedule to let people know when we'll be at the park. And spoiler alert, we barely stuck to the schedule.
I think we were lucky to get into Legoland.
We were lucky to get into Legoland, but we'll talk more about that later. So yeah, we had a schedule. It was all planned out. Everything was ready to go pretty much. And we'd already had quite a lot of donations coming through, which is great to see. So yeah, talk us about what we had to do to get down south. So go on.
To get down south on the
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, well, talk about that whole fiasco.
Oh,
And the bikes as well.
So we had to, at this point, we didn't have access to a car. So we were trying to figure out the easiest way to actually get down there. And then also there's the issue of like, we start the day at Chesington and end at Legoland. So we'd have to get back to the car in the first place. So we decided to use trains, which took like ages to plan because we had to like find all the cheapest ways. And because we're using bikes that come from lockers, they're like foldable ones, there was only a few places we could actually pick them up and drop them off. So we were meant to like get the train down, pick them up near Chesington, do the thing, and then get the train up and drop them off in Oxford on the way home. That was the original plan. But in the end, we had to drive down because the trains were really delayed. So then we had to like basically try and get back to the car at the end of the day, which also added on more cycling. So,
Yeah.
yay! But yeah, so I would say the transport was like the most difficult part of it.
Yeah.
To
And that's
actually,
why we have those foldable bikes, the smaller ones.
yeah, because there was no way we could get our own bikes down there.
No. And then, as you said, renting a bike for most bike places closed at like 6. And obviously we still wanted to be at a theme park at 6.
Yeah.
And we didn't really want to have to go back to somewhere near Chesington. So,
Yep.
but when we did in the end. But yeah.
So I guess we started at Chessington, and the first struggle was finding somewhere to put the bikes.
Yep.
We found somewhere
Yeah.
to put the bikes, thanks to Chessington's amazing team.
We had some instructions, didn't we, for
Yeah.
where to put the bikes and what was going to happen.
Yes, so we put the bikes down,
So we had to decode them and then put the bikes down.
and then we went on we went on Dragon's
Ratatouille.
Fury.
Yeah.
And so we waited for Dragon's Fury, and then we did Rattlesnake,
Yeah.
which was quite painful, especially the
Mhm.
fact that we were about to go on bikes again.
Yeah.
And then we set off to Fort Park on what
Yeah.
was meant to be an hour and 20-minute cycle, Google Maps.
Yes.
Cough, cough.
But before we even set off, we were already 20 minutes late.
Mm.
Oh, yeah,
the
because
Rattlesnake queue said 20, and it looked like it was going to be 20, but then all of a sudden the queue just stopped moving. You know, I think they were letting loads of fast pass or dispass people through. So we ended up waiting like 40 minutes for it, which put us 20 minutes behind schedule to begin with. So we were like, all right, just going to have to cycle hard and make up some time
Yeah.
in this hour and a half bike ride.
Which
So
didn't happen.
No, of course it didn't happen.
Quite the
We set
opposite.
off. Yeah, pretty much. We set off. You know, we're like, okay, yeah, we know where we're going. Like 5 minutes in, we already went the wrong way. So we had to quickly fix that out.
Wasn't
but
that that bad?
No. But the first leg of the trip was mainly kind of, or the first half of the first leg was these like
Bridle ways.
yeah, and going on just through housing estates, basically, you know, taking left, right, left, loads of different turns.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't really able to just go, you know, straight line speed, which obviously is what you really want to do, because that's how you make good progress. So yeah, no, we were just being put further back. We were also getting used to cycling on the road, because none of us really had done that before.
Yeah, we're not very good at
Yep.
it.
Just to clarify,
hard,
we
though.
are cyclists, barely cycle, so going for 20 miles when you haven't cycled in a while isn't the easiest thing.
Well, you two barely cycle.
Yeah, Harry does
Okay.
a bit. But I don't think I've
Fine.
cycled in like years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't cycle normally.
Yeah.
It's good. Cycling is fun.
Oh, yeah. I think I've been scarred for life now.
Wow. Well, next time, a bit more practice,
Oh,
and then we won't have the issues, and we can keep to the schedule.
Next
Yes.
time we
can't
get
Next
real
time.
bikes.
Well, yeah, it'd be a doddle and real bikes.
Yeah.
Next time, right, I'll go off, just bombing it down, and I'll meet you at the park. And
Okie
then
doke.
I'll stick to the schedule, and you two do whatever you
I'm
want.
sorry. Wow. You're the one that nearly got killed like 5 times.
Yeah, I was at the front most of the time. What do you expect?
Yeah, but you were like, oh, let's not. Dangerous riding.
It is going around on bikes. You know, is
Not good.
no, it's pretty sketchy. So the whole first of the leg was us getting used to the bikes, us just kind of getting used to cycling on roads as well. And then every so often we wanted to stop to try and record what we were even doing,
Yeah.
which obviously delayed us even more. So yeah, by the end of the first leg, we were about, what, like, was it 40 minutes or an hour behind?
I don't
So
even
we're meant
know.
to arrive at 1:20. We arrived at 2.
Yeah, so we were 40 minutes behind, which not too bad.
Considering
right?
we
So,
were like late when we set off.
yeah. So we only added 20 minutes, which was so okay. We did okay.
Yeah.
And then we obviously got to Thorpe Park, put the bikes down, went in. Jack got KFC.
Yeah.
Good experience.
I've never seen a KFC so busy and
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Daylight robbery in there.
Yeah, they ramp up prices, don't they?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
But it was good KFC. It was good.
Yeah. KFC's it's quite solid. It's kind of nice to have a KFC in that park. So you got KFC.
Yep, ate that
We-
in the queue.
Yeah, but first we met up with a whole group of people who came to meet us at Thorpe Park. So no one came to meet us at Chessington.
Or if they
Which
did,
was,
we didn't manage to see them.
Well, no one messaged me after going, where were you? So I
Yeah.
assume that no one really came. But yeah, we met up with a load of different people. I think there was about 15 of us in the end. So this big group of people all hopped in the Swarms queue. And that was about, 40 minutes?
At least.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
we
I
left.
was-
We left there about 3ish. So yeah,
Yeah, because we were meant to spend an hour and 40 minutes, but I don't think we did that in the end.
No, because we were rushing off.
Yeah, we left probably about 20 minutes early.
Yeah.
So we did, claw some time back from that. But riding on the Swarm was all right. Yeah, it's great talking to all the people, recording some funny vlog sections,
yeah, we
Then
left
what?
there at exactly 3 o'clock.
What, are you checking your Google Maps
Yep.
timeline?
Exactly
Exactly 3 o'clock?
Yep.
So we're only there for an hour.
We're there. We got there at. It says we got there at 2:37, but I
That's
don't
not
think that's
right, is it?
quite right.
That is, let me consult mine, 'cause, mine was on sat-nav mode, so it'll know it precisely.
I mean, mine does say that we drove everything, so
Yeah, exactly. Mine knows that
Drove.
we cycled it. What day would we do it? See.
can change it to cycle.
Thorpe Park. We got there. Oh no, you're wrong. So we were at Thorpe Park for 2 hours apparently.
Yeah, it did feel like quite a long time.
We got there 1:58 and left at 3:57.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Well, it is right.
Well, it must be
Okay.
because
Must
we
be.
got
Because I got in
to,
sat-nav mode, so it is right.
but we got to Legoland nearly before they shut.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe we were there for a
So
lot longer.
if we left at 4, then it was like an hour and a half cycle.
Yeah, it was. It was an hour and 27 minutes cycling.
Right.
So we got to Legoland, yeah. So, yeah, left Thorpe 2 hours. So we waited long there. I guess we waited probably
It
about
was a
20 minutes
long
for you to
queue.
faff around, getting KFC.
And you
I'm
to
sorry.
faff around at the end.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you did
but
have to fill
I'm
up
trying to
your water
record
bottle.
content.
I was the non-faffer. Then we cycled to Legoland,
Mm-hmm.
which was meant to be an hour and 10, but it was an hour and a half. That's
I think we
that's
spent
actually
55.
no.
Yeah, I think it was.
Legoland
Oh.
was mostly uphill getting there. So
Yeah. It was nicer in a way because we went along the Thames,
it was a lovely cycle.
but the roads were bumpier.
Yes.
And by that time, my butt was really hurting. So that made it
Yes.
even worse. Like I couldn't even sit down on the seat properly.
Yeah, it's a 51-minute cycle that took us an hour and a half.
Get out.
Yep.
Nah.
Whoops.
Wow.
Well, it took us an hour and a half, yeah, because making progress on the whole cycle by the Thames was quite slow.
Yeah. And there was also people on the fields
the
having
way, yeah.
picnics and walking, so
Yeah, and then stopping to film every so often.
mm-hmm.
But it was a nice cycle. It was much easier than the previous one. It was more just
Yeah.
kind of
Well, because
following.
there wasn't on the road, so we didn't have to worry
Yeah.
about traffic.
Well, we were just mainly following 3 different roads essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very easy once it was just kind of keep going the direction you're going
Yeah.
rather
And
than
the
having to
sights
turn
were a
left or
bit
right.
nicer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we saw Windsor Castle, didn't we?
We did. Didn't expect that. We came right up to the long straight that you have.
The Royal Mile, or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it's called. The long walk.
That's it, the long walk.
Yeah. So we cycled right up there and oh, we're here. So that was kind of cool to have that view because I hadn't had that view from, the middle
Right,
had it from
right.
from the end, but not the middle. Damn, the long walk is long.
Yeah, that's why it's called the long walk.
It's really long. Holy moly.
Crazy that.
So yeah, we got to that point and we were about 15 minutes out. We just had to cycle up a like constant gradient. It wasn't too steep, but it was constant.
Yeah.
With cars and traffic.
With cars, yep. Then go round the Lego roundabout.
Nearly died.
So he nearly
there.
fell off and died.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yep.
We made it.
And then
we did
Legoland
make it.
greeted us, didn't they? They were really good.
Yeah, they took
Yeah.
us behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, we got taken in through one of the staff doors.
Yeah. So we had like visitor passes on and everything.
Yeah. So the original plan, as the schedule dictated, was to ride, the dragon, whatever it's called, the dragon coaster.
Mm-hmm.
We got there, and the guy who met us, he's a great guy. He met us and took us to the dragon. So we were walking to the dragon, and he's got a, like a walkie-talkie, kind of professional walkie-talkie. And then he's just talking. It's like, oh yeah, the dragon just broke. So I could take you to Ninjago, and then I think you mentioned Haunted House Monster Party. You're like, yeah, we could do that, and I was like, yeah, let's do that instead. So we hopped over there, had a nice walk over there. I hadn't been to Legoland in a few years, so it was kind of nice to.
Had a nice walk.
Yeah, I'm really upset because Legoland was one of the parks I was looking forward to spending more time in.
Yeah.
It's a lovely park.
Yeah, but then we didn't get to spend any time in it, realistically, which I was quite bummed out by. But we walked over there. He took us through the fast pass, literally on the next cycle, and yeah, it was good. Go on, Jack. You loved it, so you explain what the gist of it is.
So if you've ridden Hex or The Haunting, it's a Vekoma Madhouse, but the latest generation, and it's really smooth, except for one weird jolt, but that was cool.
Yeah.
Really smooth. They move together really seamlessly, so you can hardly even tell at the beginning. It's got a nice pre-show, very, very addictive, good soundtrack. It's just a good investment. And
Yeah, it was
a
good.
brilliant dark ride, and
Yeah.
probably the best dark ride in the South.
That's a bold statement.
Probably the best dart ride in the South.
That's gonna get some
What
people
a
angry.
statement. That's not true.
What about DGBT, mate?
That is the worst dark ride in
Oh,
the South.
no.
Anyway,
No,
yeah,
it was good. It was good.
It's a good ride. The queue line looks horrendous to wait in.
Oh, the queue
Literally
line's
just
the
a
worst
compact
part.
catapan. And the facade is nice until you look behind it and you see this green warehouse painted. What is it like?
And it's
What's the?
black warehouse with some
Oh, is it
spider
black?
webs on it.
Isn't it like a dark green?
Wherever
Remember?
it is, it's a warehouse and it's ugly.
Yeah. It's just
However, a
classic
couple of
warehouse.
trees
Yeah, exactly.
will
A
fix
couple of trees
that.
you can hide at. So hopefully, or at least some grow in.
It's black.
But it was a good ride to end it on. A new one for all of us, which was nice to experience. But yeah, that pretty much marked the end. After that, we got off the ride, recorded a bit, then simply just left straight away, headed down into central Windsor itself. That was
Cycled down.
Yeah, that was another 15-minute cycle ride down into central Windsor to go to the station. So Jack, he headed home.
Yeah, well, we got
And,
the same train, but
we got the same train.
I headed home, and you guys headed back to Chessington.
Yes, back to Chettington. Zoe said that she couldn't cycle anymore, so
No.
we got an Uber from the station to the car.
Yep.
Dropped the bikes when we got to the station, and then proceeded to drive an hour and 40 minutes home.
Yep.
Stopped at McDonald's halfway. And that was the end of our day. So we got back. Well, we woke up at 7:30, got back at
11?
half 11, yeah.
Yeah.
So long day indeed.
Long week, man.
It was quite long.
But it was good. We did it.
It was worth it.
Yeah. Now
I
we've
felt
done it. It's
fulfilled.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, should we answer some questions?
Mm-hmm.
So we asked for some questions as usual. Just like anything about the cycle challenge. Norwich City Coaster fan says, "Did you want to stop at any time?"
Did you?
No.
Yeah.
I think I just
Literally-
wanted to get it over with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all the time I wanted to stop, but I knew that if I stopped, then it'd be longer.
Yeah, I was okay. I'm same as Jack, really. Just wanted to get there, you know.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't even like the cycling. It was the fact that I couldn't sit down on the bike.
yeah,
Yeah, it got painful on
Yeah.
this. After Ford Park, it got painful to sit on the bike,
Yeah.
which didn't help when we went to Monster Party with the plastic seats.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
that was quite painful.
We all sat
but-
down and looked at each other like, oh no.
yeah. It's because you just slid into those seats as well.
Yeah.
Like I hit my back on the, you know, because it's like angled
you?
downwards. Yeah,
What are you doing?
I didn't realize I was so far backwards. Yeah.
Okay, somebody's asking, what bike did you use? Jack, what was your bike?
I wouldn't be able to tell you the specifics, but it was a bike.
You stole it from your brother, didn't you?
Yeah, my brother has a bike. He doesn't use the bike. I don't cycle, so I used the bike. Don't think it's really had much of a use recently due to the great weather we've been having.
Well, it has now.
Well, yeah, now it's had
Yeah,
certainly a beating
true.
taken out of it. But yes, I can't tell you when the next time that bike will be used.
Next time we do this, yeah?
Yeah, when we go to Disneyland.
Exactly.
I don't think you two can hack cycling at Disney.
How? If we're going to Disneyland,
I don't
got
think
Disney
so.
at the end,
We
it's
might
worth
get there in a year's time.
it
if we left
takes
now.
one day to cycle from Calais to Disneyland.
From
So-
Calais.
Yeah, so what you do is you do one night
Jeez.
in a hotel.
Can you imagine doing 12 hours of cycling each day to get there?
Calais to Disney is 16 hours and 15 minutes.
Let's set
Okay.
off now.
See, but we did what? We did probably cycling for 3 hours straight, even though we only covered 2.5 hours of Google Maps distance.
Yeah.
So let's say that we could feasibly do like 3 hours a day. It still take
What are you on
you-
about 3 hours a day? We could do more than that.
Well, I guess.
I mean,
probably
we'll
do-
be there for
5.
Christmas.
probably do 5, you know. So it still take you 3 days to get there.
Yeah, but this would be like
And
a
3
mega
days
trip,
back.
Harry. I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
Oh, it sounds horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay, you
But
don't
isn't
have
that
to
the
come.
point?
No.
Anyway, what were we saying? Oh yeah, what bikes did we use? So Jack had his brother's bike, and then we had Brompton bikes, which are like foldy bikes that you get like from like a locker, basically. So it had like tiny wheels. I don't know how big they were, but you probably
Yeah,
see
not-
you probably
not
seen
very.
people like going about. Basically, there's tiny wheels, and then the seat like looks a bit silly because it's like really tall. Because they're foldable. So that was fun, but be fair, the bikes like didn't break or anything. So
Hmm.
We got there.
yeah.
We did.
We did it. So
Unreliable Coaster Blog UK says, "How was the aftermath? What did you do during recovery?"
Well, we binged Stranger Things.
We did, yeah,
That was literally what we did,
all Sunday.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't know about
Um,
you, Jack.
I after getting the train, I got a taxi home because it started raining. And then my friend messaged me saying, "Do you want to come round?" So I went round to my friends for dinner. We watched 2 episodes of Come Fly With Me until I realised I couldn't stand up. So I drove straight home.
Did
I
it
went to
affect you
bed.
that much?
No, it was
Jeez.
more of the fact that I just sat down for an hour without like
Yeah.
moving. And
Yeah.
it was really, really painful to stand up for some reason. But
Ah.
the Sunday was back to normal, really.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I only like the only thing that hurt for me was my shoulder. Weirdly, I don't really know why, but
My bum hurt.
I
It
was
hurt for
okay.
days. I'm not joking. It
I
was
mean,
bad.
my
Wow.
foot hurt before because I fell down the
Yes.
stairs because I'm good at stairs. Um,
Apparently so.
yes, but that still hurts. I don't think cycling helped, but
No, I can't imagine it did.
but other than that, it was pretty back to normal.
Yeah. Philly says, "What was your refuel rehydration supply between rides to each of the parks?"
Just
Just
Mainly-
water.
yeah, we had like a bottle of water each, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
There wasn't really time though for drinking.
No. Well, we did. We just had loads. Well,
So-
I just guzzled as much as I could whenever
Yeah.
we had the chance.
Had to
was
stay
very
hydrated.
hectic.
Yeah, but we refilled at each park, and then went home, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So food wise, Yeah, we didn't really eat in between. Oh, you did, to be fair, Zoe.
Yeah, because my blood sugars would have gone low. And then I might have died. Chris says, at any point did you worry you weren't going to make it?
I think the main worry is that we weren't going to make it in time.
Yeah. I knew
think
we'd do it.
Yes, we'd always do it. It's just getting progressively later and later.
Mm.
So we were not sure if we would manage it in time.
I feel also before I had the fear that we wouldn't make it or even do it, like before we set off. But
Oh, really?
as sort of time progressed, it was sort of, it
Yeah.
felt more and more possible.
Yeah.
Digital Dan says, were there any challenges along the way that you had to overcome?
Drivers in Surrey.
Just generally.
No, like the drivers was probably the most like dangerous thing that I didn't really think was going to be that bad. But that was my main worry, like the whole way around was like how to like cycle on the road.
Yeah, I think being a driver, you don't really realise how scary it is to
Yeah.
cycle.
Mm.
They're so close to you.
People go extremely close and fast,
Yeah.
and they shout strange things to you when you're cycling.
Yeah, we had a lot of heckler like from all like different like people in vans and I don't know
And then-
why.
People will think they're faster than they are and pull out in front of you.
Yeah.
Cycling's dangerous.
What were you going to say, Harry?
I was going to say, other than that, there wasn't really any unforeseen things,
Yeah.
We
it was
were-
just timekeeping, but we knew we were late the whole way, so.
Yeah, we didn't really encounter any problems.
No. Amy says, what part of the challenge did you find the most difficult?
The cycling.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what part, though. What part was I most like, oh, this is a challenge,
Sitting on the seat.
Yeah, but when? Not.
I think it's the
When it
hardest
hurt.
bits were not maybe the cycling, but getting back on the bike
Yeah.
Really?
after being off the bikes and sort of your body adjusts to, okay, cycling's over, and then you get straight back on and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
not quite.
Honestly, I didn't get that at all.
You're a machine. I literally don't
I
know
just
what's wrong
kind
with
of-
you.
I didn't get that. I'm really trying to think. The final ascent going up the gradient to Legoland was like, I was like, geez, this is starting to, be painful. But then I was like, well, as soon as we get up there, that's it. So it was one final push.
I'm quite glad we didn't have to do the Legoland Hill though.
Yeah, that was a godsend. If we had to, drive all the way round and then up, that would
Yeah.
have been ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't think we
would've-
wouldn't have got in the park.
Definitely not. There were some moments where some of the roads just were so like long that you just felt like, when's this going to end?
Yeah.
It's just kind of cycling just straight with no changes going on, no nothing. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Cal says, if you were to do the challenge again, what's one thing you would do differently?
get a better bike.
Yeah, get a real bike. And also like not try and do 2 rides at the first park.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
limit ourselves.
yeah.
We should have left after Dragon's Fury and given us some more time or something.
Yeah, realistically, we should have done that. But this is it. You don't really know
No.
until it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'd have to some things. Yeah, new like proper bikes, and even more time cycling for the schedule.
Yeah.
I would have liked to film more when we
Yeah.
were actually cycling as well. More interesting shots. We didn't really get that much because we were so rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
one ride in each would have been enough
Yeah.
because we've all done those rides before, except
Yeah.
the last one. So
Yeah. Something I would say as well is practice. If we all had more practice, I reckon we probably could have
I don't know
stuck
though.
to the schedule.
Because
No,
the worst
Go
thing
on.
for me was like sitting on the bike, and I don't know how you could practice that.
it trust me, you do build a resilience to it.
Really?
Yeah.
but then
you do.
I think that even with more practice, it wasn't really the lack of skill that made us take so long. It was the
No, honestly, I reckon if me and Zoe had proper bikes and we'd done more practice, I reckon we could have actually just done it in time. The time Google said. Those bikes were a hindrance, especially because we weren't really ready for them. If you see what I mean.
yeah.
But I think we
You-
did okay, like considering everything
considering
that happened.
We did right, yeah. But yeah, next time if you ever do a biking challenge again, definitely
Do some proper training.
Yeah, and you just use proper bikes
Yeah.
so that it's a lot easier to kind of go fast. That's one thing, actually. There were some parts that I wish we could have just gone faster.
Mm.
You know, there's a lot of straight roads, but with our bikes especially, sometimes it was hard to go fast. And then it also comes
Yeah,
in the more
and
practice you go on.
But for me, like, I was constantly trying to catch you guys up anyway, so I was always on like full steam ahead.
Yeah. But if you had more practice with the bike as well, with the bike, you know, you'd be more comfortable going quickly.
Mm.
So again, that's something. So using our own bikes, I think would have been a very very good thing to have done.
Yeah, but I don't know how you'd even get them there.
Yeah, well,
You'd have to literally buy a bike rack and everything.
Yeah, if you're doing it
So-
by car, or just put them in the train, I guess. But it's not really ideal.
Logistically, it's an absolute nightmare.
Getting bikes anywhere in London is a bit of a
Yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah.
The network rail trains are really good. Like South Western Railway,
Mm-hmm.
they had on the way to Chessington, they had little hoops that you stick your bike in,
Oh
and
yeah.
you sit there, and that's nice and easy. It's TfL trains.
Mm.
You can't take them on the tube. You can't take them. You can take them on overground, but only at certain times. So
It's crazy.
it is not easy.
Okay, and then quite a few people are asking, this is like the last question. Basically, are we going to do it again? And are we going to do like a different version of it? Maybe for another charity or like, you know.
I'd like to do it again, but
I was going to
wouldn't-
say, yeah,
I wouldn't do it to the same parks. I'd mix it up.
but yeah, I'm trying to think of whether I feel like going between two parks is the ideal thing to do.
Yeah.
You
Two
know,
parks
from one to the
or-
other.
Or a certain 4-park resort in another country. Could be perfect.
Oh, that would be a doddle though.
Exactly.
What, the
Yeah, but that's
Disney
too
one?
easy. Yeah, you're talking about going to all 4 Disney World parks.
Mm.
That's too easy.
But what parks in the UK could you even do other than those three?
I don't know. None of them are close enough.
Yeah. It'd have to be like a
Chessington to
bigger
Poultons.
challenge.
What about Alton Towers to
Poultons.
Drayton Manor?
Oh, yeah.
3 hours. 3 hours.
That'd be
Oh
alright.
my! Can you imagine doing that? That seems so far.
It's very hilly though.
I
There's
bet it
something like a
It's not.
500 foot.
Oh, actually, it is. Yeah.
It's 900 foot uphill, 1,200 foot downhill.
is. Mm.
I can just
So
now
yeah, you want to go
imagine.
from Alton Towers to Drayton Manor.
Is
then?
that downhill?
Well?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's downhill. It's more downhill than it is uphill.
Okay.
I can imagine the
This
road
is
into
actually
Alton.
feasible.
Yeah.
All right,
What about West
Um,
Midlands Safari Park? Where's that?
that is closer, but just a bit naff, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. Well, possibly we've got another one in the works there already.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Jesus.
We need a lift. We need someone to give us a lift to Alton Towers. I honestly can't believe how like feasible this is.
All right. We're not doing it for at least a year.
35 miles though. We did about 25 in the end, going to Windsor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which
So
might
it's
need-
10 miles further.
all that I'm thinking about is that road from the Alton town into the towers.
Exactly.
Oh my
Up
god,
that
you've got to go.
hill.
You've got to go down it and then back.
That's
up
what
it,
I
yeah.
mean. It's madness.
It is madness. That's the massive spike at the start. Yeah, beautiful.
Wow.
Absolutely beautiful.
Okay, this
There we
time
go.
next year, we're not doing it any earlier.
So yeah, maybe I'd
Alright.
like to do it again. You know, I think it'd be cool. We'll have a think. We'll
Yeah.
have a think of how we can make it interesting. You know, make it a bit more interesting than maybe just cycling between two places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know you can donate to us?
You could not to us.
Oh, sorry.
You could still donate. The opportunity to support what we have just done, right,
Yeah.
is there. If we reach our goal, we are much more likely to do it again, right? Or at least I think so. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
please definitely donate, even if it's just a few like pounds or
Literally
dollars or
£1,
euros.
50p, whatever you want.
Whatever your currency is,
1 penny.
one of that. Not 1 penny, no.
I mean, we'll take it.
We'll take it, but it's yeah.
Every little helps.
It does. So you know, you can still do that. You go to cycle.coasterbot.com.
Just remember, the more you donate, the more likely we are to do this silly task again.
Exactly.
The opportunity for you to watch us be in pain will arise. You know, maybe next time we can get some sort of live stream going so that you're just constantly with us.
Mm.
How cool would that be? That would be cool. So,
Imagine being with us.
with us on the journey.
But not in pain.
Yeah.
You can go on one of those little bicycle training things. I forgot what they're called.
Proficiency.
No, what are those things in the gyms called?
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
bicycle machines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go sit in a gym.
And
What,
Cycle.
watch us?
Yeah,
Watch us.
you'll be cycling with us, but just not at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you
That's a
can
good
be
idea.
constantly going downhill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
You could just be free riding. But anyway, yeah, donate is for a really good cause. Something that's quite close to our hearts, and it would mean the world to us if we did meet our goal.
I feel like we shouldn't do it again unless we meet the goal.
There we go. We're not doing it unless we meet the goal.
Okay.
You know, we're not doing it. What's the point?
So,
Meet the goal. Let's go. Look, there's at least 500 people. I'm pretty sure that are subscribed to this
yeah,
podcast.
in some
at least.
form.
If every single one of you just put £1 in, or $1 or €1, we would be well past it.
Yeah.
You know, and what's £1 or €1 or $1 to you? This is it. It's nothing.
Exactly.
But collectively, it's everything.
And also, little plug here. There's going to be some videos coming about.
Yes.
Harry's done a vlog. I've
did.
done a really short vlog.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
And
Right, it just shows you how much time we had.
yeah, and so on this Sunday, you're going to be able to watch that. So just think of it as like you're paying £1 just to watch that video.
Pretty much, yeah. So stick around for that. You have until the end of July really to donate. So please do.
Yeah, and then lucky us, we'll be back on the bikes next year.
Yes, but this time with more practice and actual bikes.
Actual bikes, please.
Actual bikes.
And a new task.
Why don't we cycle to Oakwood?